Hi. Hi. Hey. Hello. Hi.
I just hit an Ariana Grande note, bitch.
Welcome back to another episode of Kurt's Closet. I am Kurt, as always, and this week is gonna be a full-on 30-minute episode, I suppose. We are gonna talk about Stranger Things, of course. Long-awaited final season, yes. And some AI stuff, right? Because, I am very convinced there is a connection between, these two topics. Because, AI is kind of our Stranger Things at this point. If you really think about it, AI is just the Demogorgons. Maybe it's just me, but we'll see. I'm gonna start this episode with some theories I have for this final season. Because, I'm not gonna say I am a huge fan of the series, but I'm definitely, a fan. I mean, who isn't, right? But because this obviously is the final season, and we waited for how many years? 3 years? So I definitely have some of my thoughts and theories that I have.
And before I go, I just want to say it matters not what you've done, but what you do with what you've done for others.
Wait. Oh my god. What? Why did I say it like that? It's kind of just like a merry-go-round. I keep going around. I don't know. What? Girl. Anyways, I think I'm just gonna start with that. And then we'll see if we could shift the whole thing to AI. Because, oh my god, there is a bunch of stuff I want to talk about surrounding AI. So buckle up, because we definitely just have a lot to discuss. And yes. And by the way, I have no idea why this week my voice is just muffled. Because I've been listening back to what I have right now. It sounds terrible, terrible, terrible. Oh my god. Anyways, let's just get this over with, and it's whatever, I guess. Honestly, maybe it's a sign that it's time for me to do an upgrade, since it is Black Friday, and maybe it's time for me to get a podcasting mic. I don't know, because I've been just recording these episodes on my phone, so yeah. Okay, so I'm recording this on Thursday. I know, it's another Thursday recording session, but it doesn't mean it'll be a rush, right? I can still take my time to record and to edit, but I'm recording this on Thursday, which means the first part of this season of Stranger Things is already out. But I'm not gonna watch anything until next month, after all my exams and all my essays are done. So this episode for me, it is still gonna be a prediction, a theory kind of thingy. So yes. So let's just get into the theories. The first one I have, and honestly, I've had it for so long now, and like, I want to say partially it's confirmed. Not partially, maybe like 100% that Will is gay, right? Like, I honestly, I've had this theory since the beginning of the show, because like, remember back in the first season, after Will is back from like, no, maybe it's the second season, after Will is back from the Upside Down, Mike was like, oh, it's not my fault you don't like girls. Yeah, I was like, maybe he is gay. And turns out, I was right. But I want to say, like, for this final season, maybe, like, obviously I still don't know what's happening in the first part of the show. But I want to say, maybe, like, in the second part of the season, there will be a time jump to, like, a more mature version of, like, these characters, maybe in their, like, 30s, 40s, right? And Will is gonna have a boyfriend. Maybe not married, but he will definitely have a boyfriend at the end of the whole story. That's just, I think that's just obvious at this point, and I am very like convinced that's 100% gonna happen. And I also think Mike is gonna, and I also think Will is gonna eventually tell Mike about his feeling towards him. But here is the twist. I don't think Mike is gonna take it well initially. Maybe like he will just make some like homophobic comments, like even slurs. But maybe not, because that's not like what Stranger Things is about. But I honestly think like at the first, Mike wouldn't be like too comfortable with it. And maybe after like some, I don't know, like some type of like interactions with, what's his name? Steve and the others in the group, Mike's eventually gonna be like, okay, cool. And let me rephrase myself. When I say homophobic and uncomfortable, I'm not saying like, oh, Mike is gonna be like homophobic towards Will. I'm saying like it's more of a shock for me. Maybe like initially Mike is gonna be like shocked because he's young. He is like, back in the days, like it's just not like very normalized. Honestly, based on like how they did with Robin's coming out to Steve, I don't think this is gonna be an issue. They would honestly just be like, okay, cool, you're gay, stay, cool. Maybe that's their approach, but honestly, I want to see a storyline with like Mike doesn't like get it at first to show his like character arc, I would say. But like honestly, I'm just saying shit. Okay, on to the second one. And I don't know if this is a popular theory amongst fans, but I definitely think that either Hop or Joyce one of them is gonna be dead in this season. Like, I'm not talking about them being in Russia or whatever, like in prison. I'm talking about like Charlie Kirk dead. Like, one of them is gonna be dead. Look, I don't know when and I don't know how, but I definitely have a feeling. Because that's the only way it would make sense for this story. Because, like, this story is definitely crazy, right? They gotta kill somebody who is a series regular. And we all know it's not gonna be any of the kids. It's not gonna be 11. And I have another theory about 11. It's not gonna be like a side character. It's gonna be a main character who is in the regulars group. So yes, but maybe it's just me because I just don't like a happy, like a full happy ending to the story. They gotta like have something. I don't know, like to have some flavor, I guess. Yes. For the next 2 or 3 series, I want to talk about them together because they're all kind of just what I think how this story is gonna end. So first one, I think the group is gonna defeat Vecna, but they have to like make some sacrifice. Maybe it's Will who's gonna like replace Vecna or 11. I think they will need to make this kind of sacrifice if they wanna beat Vecna. Cause honestly, if you think about it, 11 was the first one who Vecna, or whatever his real name is, she is the one who he approached at first, right? Saying that, oh, we should team up and the entire human race, I guess. And after she declined, he went with Will. That's why Will disappeared, right? So like, I definitely think that Vecna is gonna make them a deal saying, oh, if you want me dead, you gotta bring someone down here, right? Like, and I honestly think Will is gonna be the one if this whole thing happens. Cause you do need 11 to close the portal, right? So like, yes, I really think this is how they are gonna like take down Vecna. And Will is gonna be the new Vecna or whatever. But like, he is gonna be down there, but like, he's gonna be like, oh, this is goodbye forever. Like, I'm not gonna keep the portal open. Like, I'm just gonna be down there. I feel like if this is how they're gonna close the portal permanently, this is how it's gonna go down. Or it could also be like there's no sacrifice at all. They just straight up killed Vecna. But honestly, I don't think that's gonna happen, cause we've already seen that like they tried to kill Vecna, but they failed in season 4, so it's definitely not gonna be that easy. So for my next version of the ending, I could see it happen, potentially, but if this really happened, it would be so underwhelming. So the theory is that this whole thing just didn't happen at all. This could all just be a dream of Will, or this could be a D&D like campaign or even commercial. That would be a pretty good twist, but honestly I think it's overly done at this point, so that would be also kinda underwhelming. And another ending I have that's similar to this one is that this whole thing is just a story or a script or a film or whatever that Will is working on or worked on, right? Because we all know that Will is creative, like he paints, he draws, he do like all these creative stuff, right? So like I think this could potentially be the ending of the whole thing. It's just that Will is maybe the director, maybe like they'll break the fourth wall or whatever, but like you get it. But honestly, we've already seen this so many times as well, so it's kind of just underwhelming as well. And do we know what happened to Eleven's sister? I forgot her number, but like, do we ever find out whatever happened to this character? Because if she is still alive and well, please bring her back. Like, at least just acknowledge her, please. Like, I hate when a show just, pretend a character just never existed. I hated when I forgot what the character's name is, but like the one in Young Sheldon, the girl, I hated when they just ignored her existence, just like moved on. I fucking hate that. Like, at least tell me if like she is like alive, right? Like, please. So enough of Stranger Things. Let's move on from Stranger Things to Stranger Thing, AI. The reason why I want to talk about AI this week is that I was on TikTok the other day and I came across this video of this girl group, a K-pop girl group, singing a Gaga song. And I don't know much about K-pop. I know Blackpink and Cat's Eye, if you consider them as K-pop. I know them. So like I really didn't know this was a fake girl group. So I loved it. Personally, I loved it. I love the production. I love everything. Until I noticed that this shit was AI. I was like, girl, no way. I didn't know. It's scary. It terrifies me that I just couldn't recognize what's real or what's fake. First of all, the music video that I saw, it looked so real. It looked just like a real K-pop video. I am not even joking. That's how it looked like. The song sounded just like a K-pop production. I'm not even kidding, like, bro, oh my god. It genuinely just terrifies me. Like, I am not against AI. Maybe that's like controversial to say, but like I'm not totally against it. It's just that like there should be a line, and now this line is very blurry. Like I get like AI could just like make our lives so much easier. I get that. And I even used AI for this podcast, right? The cover. Yes, I did that because I just didn't have the time or the resource to get a logo made by a real person. But I definitely think that there should be a line, right? And now the line is very blurry. Like I said, I am not against AI 100%. I just think that people need time to process it, accept it, right? Just like when phones, TVs, all these technologies first came out, right? I think there is always going to be a panic time that people experience when a new technology comes out, but eventually people will just come around, right? Like things like this happen all the time. But can we just get some indications on AI content that says, oh, the content you're currently seeing is from AI? Like, can we just get that? See, before I was against AI, but then I was like, we can't stop it, right? Like, this is how the world works, right? Like, we just can't stop it. We can't boycott it. We can cancel it, right? But, like, we can't stop the development of it. So, might as well just learn to live with it, right? Like, I know this is very depressing for a human to say this, but like, hey, honestly, just, at least try to live with everything that's going on in this world. At this point, I am tired as fuck, right? It's so fucking tiring. So, like, an indication is all I ask. I know, like, a lot of platforms, they do have, like, some kind of indication. I applaud you for that. But, like, can we just have these indications everywhere? On phones, on TVs, on whatever, in magazines, on fucking buckets. Because apparently Walmart and all these motherfucking brand grocery stores, they sell stuff that has AI generated quote unquote art printed on them. The fuck? Like, can you not do one thing? Like, be a human. Be a fucking human. Like, all these big, fat ass fucking, white ass fucking company ass businessmen, please, just be a fucking man and be a fucking human. Hire a fucking artist. Like, you have money, the only thing you have is money. So, like, give your fucking money to real people instead of fucking robots, right? Like, that's so fucking dumb. Like, I don't know why I got so mad all of a sudden, but like, you have money. You go hire people. Oh my god, the job market now is fucked up. We don't have like enough job opportunities for everybody, and everybody needs to make a living. So like, why don't you just create jobs or whatever? Maybe I'm wrong, but like, why are you taking away jobs instead of creating new jobs? The fuck? Make it make sense, girl. Anyways, I think this is a good point for me to end this podcast episode on. Yes. Just go follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, whatever you have, at Kurt's Closet Pod. It's nice seeing ya again, and hopefully you will come back next week and have a nice one, I guess.